Hey everyone, I'm some guy who ranks stuff, and today I'm going to do a tier maker or tier ranking, I guess, about the Manchester United home kits from the Premier League era. The reason for this is because this today is the release of the newest home kit for the next season. So I figured I've always liked to look at different football kits, and I am a huge fan of the Premier League, especially Manchester United. And well, yeah, I'm looking at the Premier League era because, well, coincidentally, my lifetime has lasted almost as long as the Premier League era, which makes it even more special to me. And so these are the kinds of kits that I am most familiar with. Not that I remember all of these, but I absolutely know them in some way because I haven't watched football ever since I was born, but uh, I have at least watched a lot and looked back at different seasons in later times. So I'm doing the home kits, as I mentioned, and I have five different tiers, going from meh because, well, I don't find any of these ugly. So that's the lowest one. Then there's okay, good, great, and beautiful. And so I will speak a little bit about the kits as I go. The order here is not in any particular one. I'll just name them after the seasons, and this is how they appeared in this tier list. So I'll start with this first one here, which is around the millennium, the start of the new millennium, from I guess it's 2000 to 2002. So this is one of the kits that was used two seasons in a row, which was a lot more common back in the 90s and early 2000s. The players I remember from like using this kit is, I guess it was the last kit Teddy Sheringham wore, I think. And well, I remember Beckham in this one, but this was slightly before I started really watching football. So I don't have any special relationship to this particular kit, but I think it's okay to good, pretty clean, has a little bit of white and black on it, which is good. And well, I think this is gonna be difficult, I think, but it's a good kit. Yeah, I think I'll put it there for now. This one I have. This is the next kit that they used for two more seasons, from 2002 to 2004. It was Beckham's last kit. It was Ronaldo's first kit. I'm not placing it here, by the way. This was also the first real. Like I had like a cheap one of the sharp kits. I'll get to that one later. Cheap one bought from like this kind of what's like kind of an amusement park that came to my town every year. But this one was the real deal, the first real deal, I guess, that I got ever. So I have a special fondness of this one, and I personally found it great. When I see this kit, I always think of Van Nistelrooy, who was a huge player, and definitely one of the best players the team had when I first started watching football. So to me, it's a great kit. I do like more white rather than black on Manchester United's kits, but I think this one, well, it holds a special place in my heart. Then we have the 2004 to 2006 kit, which brings me back to Jisung Park. I actually bought a retro kit of this one, and but the player I remember most wearing this kit is actually Alan Smith for some reason. Well, yeah, of course, because he wore that shirt, but I thought he was a very exciting signing uh, after he was very well, at least pretty remarkable in a Leeds team that, fortunately for them, were relegated before he made the move to the Red Devils. And this was also the kind of new kit launch that I paid some attention to. So it was interesting. I thought the design is pretty interesting, but maybe not better than good at this point. I do like the white, and it had a pretty unique design. Um, but I'm also not really that fond of having the emblem of the club on the middle of the kit rather than like on the left side closer to the heart. So that also makes a difference to me. The I guess the first kit they only used for one season, which is a bit too bad because this one was the 06-07 season kit, and I'll just put it in beautiful. I think maybe it's the most beautiful kit they wore in my lifetime. It had, not sure if that was only in the Champions League or if it was in all competitions. No, I think it was only Premier League, no, Champions League, where they had the gold font on the back with both the number and the name. But this kit definitely takes me back to the 7-1 beating that United gave Roma on Old Trafford, which is one of my favorite games ever watching. It was unbelievable, and this kit is absolutely beautiful. Then we have the Champions League winning kit from the last one they used for 2 seasons in a row, from 07 to 09. This was, of course, Ronaldo's best seasons. I'm not just because of the recent events, but I've never been a huge fan of Ronaldo. At least I respect him and what all that he's done. It's unbelievable, but he's not been one of my favorite players, unfortunately. And he definitely didn't make things better during these recent events this season. But still, I think the kit is kind of bland. It's just all red in the front. I like the AIG sponsor. It's actually one of the better ones not in later years, but it's better than the AON, I think, which we had for longer. And the stripe at the back going like from from the neck and just skipping the number and the name and then continue at the bottom, I think is it's not that good, I think, and to me it's only okay. Then we have no, they did only use this for one season. This is the 09-10 season, which it wasn't too special, but I did kind of like the black V thing on the chest there, but I don't think it's any better than the others I've seen here. Maybe it's at least okay, maybe good. I do have one of these. I don't have all these kits, but in later years I've bought more of them. But this was the newest. No, like I talked about the 02-04 kit here being the first like real kit that I got. The next one was this 09-10 shirt with Rooney on its back. He's one of my favorite players of all time, and it holds a special place in my heart for that reason. So I'll put it in good. I wouldn't disagree if anyone thought that maybe the 08-09 kit here is better, but that's me anyway, and this is all just my opinion. I'm not right or wrong, this is just my opinion, just to make that clear. But I have when I talk about new kits, I've bought some retro ones with both this 06-07 shirt with no name on the back, but it's I just had to get one because I think it's really beautiful. But I also bought This one used with Jason Park on the back, and I'm really happy that I got one of those with the old font on its back and all. And Jason Park was a really underrated player, so I just had to get one with his name on it. Then we have the 1011, which I think of Berbatov when I see this one. He was a huge deal in those years. A great player, but I don't think I like the white on the kit, but it's nothing too special about this one, in my opinion. It was rather okay, or as it says here, good. I think it's no, actually it's okay. I think it's an okay kit, not better than that. We have 11-12. This is of course a season where Manchester United beat Arsenal 8-2, and I got this one with Scholes on its back, so I don't have a Scholes kit with 18, which is his most famous number. I got this one, at which point he wore 22, because Ashley Young already had 18 coming, I think, the summer right before. So I think it's a decent one. It's good, nothing huge. I do like the black stripe on the collar with the white on both sides over there, but it's nothing too special. I think it's a good home kit. I do have this one. It's a really special one in the sense that this, of course, reminds you of Robin van Persie, even though I have this one with Phil Jones on his back. But this is just like a tablecloth. And it's Ferguson's last season with Manchester United. It's the last season Manchester United even won the league. So it's kind of a huge deal, but the kit itself, it falls down here. I really don't like the pattern on it. Then we have the David Moyes season, and this is one that I have also with Giggs on its back. Giggs was my favorite player of all time, and it can be debated the things he has done, like in his private life. I don't support any of it, and I'm really conflicted about him being my favorite player anymore. But I did look up to him. I play in the same position as he did when I play myself. Number 11 is my favorite number, mostly because of him, and it's, again, position-wise, it's kind of my number. At least it's my favorite position, even though I don't play it that much anymore. I'm more like a left back, but still. I was so determined on getting Giggs on the last kit that he wore, so it's special in that sense. It is a step up from the previous season. I did like I think the black color was beautiful at the time, and it was such a clean kit compared to the previous one. But looking at it now, I think it's only okay. Then we have another step up, and this is Adidas' last kit. No, Adidas, Nike. Nike's last kits before the switch to Adidas. And it was also Louis van Gaal's, Louis van Gaal, I think, if I get it right. His first season, first of only two, and it's definitely a step up again. And I actually think this, I didn't pay much attention to it the first time. I never bought it. Not sure why. But looking back, I think it's a great kit. I like the white, and I think it has like this black edge on the sleeve, just like the collar. And the button is a little bit silly, I kind of think, but it's still a beautiful kit. So this one just takes me back to the huge summer window, signing Falcao on loan, Di Maria, who turned out to be, well, not that successful, even though he had a very promising start. Luke Shaw no, I almost said Danny Blind, Daily Blind, Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera, yeah, I'm not sure how to say it. He's Spanish and Norwegian, so not sure how to say it. And I try to speak English at the same time, so um, it was a, it was a, it was a really exciting summer, but unfortunately things didn't go as great as we hoped. But the kit is still beautiful. And then we had to switch to Adidas, and I was kind of disappointed because I just felt like this was the previous year's kit, only with Adidas stripes on it. And it's not too clear here, but it looks like the sleeve is just attached onto the kit. I don't own this kit myself, but I bought it for my brother's 30th birthday. And I just remember how it looked like you could just, I don't know, pull the white part of the sleeve off the sleeve. Because it just looks like it's attached after the kit was done or something. It's kind of weird. It's good looking. I really think it is. But somehow it's just not as good looking in person than it looks elsewhere. Then we have Mourinho's first kit, the 16-17 season, and well, this was an interesting take. I remember Chelsea, I think the previous year, had the stripes on the side underneath the arms, which I thought was kind of cool. And then we got it afterwards, which wasn't too bad. But I just didn't like. I know it's special for Manchester as a city, with the kind of I guess the honeycomb or beehive pattern on the middle, splitting down the two different shades of red. But it's kind of, it's not for me, and I think it's an okay kit, which is too bad because, of course, it reminds me of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which is a player I'm not really that fond of either. But it was Rooney's last season. This was well, of course, Rashford had the previous season as well, and so did Lingard. But those became like first team players this season. I remember them both switching to 19 and 15, no, 14. I mean, which was kind of a big deal. It was an exciting time, and well, it was a kind of an exciting season. But and of course, they won the Europa League. But yeah, I think the kit is okay. Then we have Mourinho's second season, the 17-18 kit, which I think is beautiful. It's a beautiful kit. It really belongs in the top for me. Really like the white stripes on its shoulders, and I like the sleeves with the white and black at the edge, the cuffs, I guess. And it's a clean looking shirt. I'm kind of conflicted about the collar and the button in front, but I really think it's so far Adidas's best kit in this period, or yeah, this time around. They've been the manufacturer before, which we'll see, I think. No, actually not. We won't see it again. I thought maybe Adidas had some of the kits in the earliest period of the Premier League, but I guess it was before. I see now that it's Umbro. But yeah, it's a beautiful kit. Nothing much more to say. I think anyway. Beautiful kit. Then we have Mourinho's last season, Solskjaer's first season as a manager. And this, well, we don't see the whole set, but this was a huge switch where Manchester United wore white shorts. No, sorry, black shorts as the standard, and you had like the fading black color on the bottom of this kit, and then you had the shorts that was in all black, and then the socks would then fade from black to red at the bottom. It was kind of risky, in my opinion. And I do like the Adidas stripes to have white rather than black. But it still wasn't. This kit by itself, I thought it looked kind of better, which is weird to say when it had the white shorts in Europe. They used to play with white shorts in the in the Champions League, which I just felt it felt more right that they did, even though it makes more sense to have the shorts black. But it wasn't. Yeah, I think it's by itself, it's a good kit. I think so. Then we have 1920, the first season of Solskjaer, the first full season, and this was kind of a throwback back to the '99 season with the treble and the Champions League logo. The Champions League logo, the Champions League kit with the Manchester United logo. With that, like the emblem had this kind of shield around it. But that was white. This is black, and it's kind of similar. But I never really would have thought that, oh yeah, that's a great throwback to the '99 season. And it never felt that way. But it's a clean shirt. I think it's a good one. But nothing more special than that. Then there's this. This was the first kit for years that I didn't buy because I thought it looked so. The red color looked so bleak, and it kind of looks bad here as well. But in person, it looks a lot better. My brother's girlfriend had this kit, and it looked a lot better in person, I think, than it did on TV or even on this image right here. Uh, but I just, yeah, I think it's an okay kit. It has some weird little, what do you call it? Like these little lines and stuff that I just didn't find too good of a design choice, to be honest. Then we have the comeback of Ronaldo. This one I got myself. Didn't buy it myself, but it was my 30th birthday this season. So I got one with my name and number 30 on it, just like I did with my brother and my other brother, who is a Liverpool fan. Let's not talk about that. And well, I think this is a beautiful kit. It's not. I don't think it's better than the two previous ones. I still stand by that. The Nike kit here is the most beautiful they've had in the Premier League era. But I still think it's a really, really nice looking kit. This one had me really intrigued at first. I thought it was good looking, but then it kind of just didn't look that great after all when I got used to it. And it's kind of okay, but I think maybe it's even just meh. I didn't buy this one either. I actually got the away kit, and it's the first away kit that I had in a long, long time. I think I actually got the '02 to '04 black away kit, or maybe even third kit. Not sure which one they used or what kind of kit it was, but I did have a black one from around that time period. But now I wasn't too fond of the home kit, so I bought the away kit instead, which is the better, at least one of the better ones they've had in the last, I don't know, 5 years or something. Then we have the newest one. It's kind of a bad image. Fortunately, I can find the same model. Like all these pictures are picked from the history page at the Premier League's home site, which was easy to get, and it has a good view of these kits. But they haven't, since the launches today, they haven't published the picture in the same way. But I think this is a good looking kit. Not sure how it looks in person yet, but the color is really nice. I think the TeamViewer sponsor logo looks better now than it did on the two previous ones, and Even though I like the white stripes better rather than black ones, I think it still looks good. But I think to me it feels like a throwback to this kit right here. I mean, it's not entirely, because I've seen other Adidas kits like Real Madrid having the same kind of template as this one. But the black part underneath the arms on the side there are very reminiscent to this one, I think, which is a fond, it's a fond kit for me, and definitely a time period I'm really nostalgic about. So I think that's cool as well. But then you also have the rose design on it, which is barely visible on this picture, which I think it's I think it's better than, which of course is symbolic for the history of Manchester United and Lancashire. I think, if I even said that correctly. uh, just like the beehive honeycomb thing here, but I think this one looks better with the design going all over the kit instead of just like a scar down the middle. So I think it's a great kit at first glance, but we'll see if I still stand by that at the end of the season. Then we have the older ones, and this I think it's really interesting to look back and just see like the old kits having this lace to tie the collar with rather than buttons or even a zipper, which I know this kit, I don't know if the real one has it, but my fake one, this is the one I was talking about from the amusement park, my fake one at least has a zipper, which isn't too good really. But I think this is a good looking kit. White collar, which is nice, pretty clean. The black collar I think is a little worse. Then we have, okay, this one I'm really fond of. Even though this one is a cheap, well, the one I had was a cheap knockoff. It's definitely is a memorable one to me. But we have, my brother, I think, bought the VHS tape of the 96-97 season, which is when this kit was used, one of the 2 seasons they used this one, and it just takes me back to Cantona wearing 7, Beckham number 10, yeah, the young Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. There were a lot of huge players wearing this one, and well, the sharp logo. I don't know why, but just the sharp sponsorship was memorable, and I think it's a great kit, even though it has the logo on the middle on the chest instead of to the left. I think it's a great kit. Fond memories looking at this season's videotape. Then we have the last one, which is the 98 to 2001. I had to look somewhere else to just check if I got the years correct or the seasons, because well, I can't remember all of them, especially when I didn't watch all the seasons here. But I think this is a good kit. The Umbro logo is kind of cool. It's got a decently nice white color. The black stripe across from like arm to arm across the chest isn't too bad either. So I think this is how I would rank the Manchester United kits, home kits. Yeah, I think so. The top 3 are pretty much set in stone for me. I have no doubt that the 06-07 is the most beautiful one. I didn't even mention the white shield around, or the crest. Yeah, the white thing around the crest on that kit, which is absolutely gorgeous on this kit here. Anyway, I I might do more kit rankings on both Manchester United, maybe away and third kits at some point. But I definitely do want to do some for all Premier League kits from different time periods. Maybe not all Premier League kits from all seasons. That's going to take a really long time to do, but at least maybe divide it up. Because there are a lot of great looking kits out there through the years. So we'll see. But yeah, this is my tier list of the home kits from Manchester United. Hope you enjoyed, and of course I'll take any feedback with open arms. I just figured the presentation mode, which I hadn't used in the previous tier lists. But yeah, if you want more football stuff or even Manchester United stuff, leave a comment and let me know. Thank you, and I'll see you.